So we just got a van. This is a Ford Tornado Connect, and the intention is to turn it into a little mini camper for like one night away trips. So I'm so thankful to James for willing to let us do this, and it's going to be great. So we have taken, well, James has taken out the seats. Let me just show you the progress so far of the van. So we have taken out the seats. There's a row of 3 seats along there. We've unbolted certain things, taken out side panels, taken out these side panels, and taken the flooring up, and then put the flooring underneath the van for the time being. And then I'm at the moment sanding back any rust spots and the paintwork that's kind of popping up a bit, but that's actually quite tidy, the base. And then I'm going to apply some metal paint. So that's where we are so far. It's actually the beginning of the project, so this is quite exciting. So I have cleared the, can't really see under here, I spray painted completely lovely and sealed and scratched back any issues with paint, and then resprayed the whole floor with like Hammerite rust metal paint. Then I scrubbed this flooring that came with the van. In theory I'm going to keep it in there because it's kind of a bit of a like a sound barrier. I'm hoping it will act like a sound barrier, and it kind of has grooves in it. I saw another video on YouTube and he did the similar sort of thing, and I just thought, you know what, I'm trying to do this as sort of efficiently as possible without spending too much money and things like that. So I just got some wood that I'm putting between the grooves. I'm going to stick this down, and then I'm going to put insulation down here, and then metal tape, like insulation tape, over the wood. So now I am trying to take this out because that's not needed. That was for the seat belt, the back seats that we've taken out. This is part of the sliding door mechanism, but this is not needed. So I'm trying to, don't know if you can see, there's I took out the screws on the brackets bit, and then I'm trying to drill through all the rivets. It's so stuck.
Hey Babs, we're just checking how you doing. We miss you not being in the house.
Oh.
Because you're in the van. So we come out to see you, didn't we, Ted?
Look at him.
Little babby.
It's a bit dark, isn't it?
Don't talk about me.
Hi. So now I am building up the floor. I don't know if you can see this, but I put this in. I think it's like recycled plastic bottle insulation into all the cavities and the doors back there. I've kind of put beams down on the main bit of the floor and insulated in between. I'm going to put another sheet on top, and then I'm just building out the floor so it's square, because it's a bit of a footwell there, because it was a bit of a minibus, wasn't it? So we had seats along here, and then the floor naturally just goes down for the footwell. So I'm just building, I don't know if you can see, but there's the edge of the actual floor. And then what I'm doing is, you can see on this side, I've got the wood from under there going across, and then I've made this sort of thing underneath here with hinges, so it's hopefully going to be strong enough to put the flooring on top, which is going to be laminate, so I don't have to do a subfloor, because that's heavy, a load of plywood on the floor. I'm just going to try and do it with minimal weight as I can. And I've got this really thin pine cladding for the roof, so I'm hoping that the timber won't be too heavy for the van, because it's only a little van. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today, so on it. Okay, so today I've done most of the second layer of insulation over the top of the beams of wood and insulation underneath, and stayed up there, and then I need to fill in that gap because it didn't quite meet up with the roll, and then I'm just putting in the laminate flooring now. So I've just taped it on the edges because I need to get an edging to drill it down to hold it in place. But so there's half of it done. That's the really easy section. Now I need to cut around the wheel arches for the rest of it to come up. So, hey, we almost got floor. Yay! Here I'm putting on a roof rack. We didn't have a ladder, so James had to give me a little lift up onto the roof for that one. So we have got a hole in the roof. It's always good to know a handyman, and my brother is one of them, so a big shout out to Ollie for helping me cut a hole in the roof, and for many more things I'm sure you're going to help with. You're absolute ledge. Oh yeah. Oh, they're doing precise cutting. Helping me to make the pull-out slat bed. Okay, so I'm actually finishing off the bed in the kitchen. Yeah, my brother cut the wood for me, and now I'm just drilling in the fixed slats, and then I'll be doing the pull-out slats afterwards. But whew, Lord Jesus, please help me. Now look at that. Yes. Woohoo. You making a mess? You having a good time? So now we are putting in the conduit for the lights, and then we have our little guard dog right here. Teddy! You good boy.
Pretty clever. Gone near my hand. Very clever.
Very clever.
Why?
He was trying to take the stick and it was getting caught on the ground. His whole face was like, nah. Ollie helping me wiring in the lights in his element. Give it a go. Right, that's one. Is that
Hello.
putting it down then, yeah?
That's into the cab, yeah. So that's one.
And
That's two. Picking up a bit, isn't it?
that's alright. It's quite a nice sound, actually. It's quite
That's
silent.
one for the night time, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then we've got
Well, it's really hot.
starting to kick up now. And then number four.
It is solar panel time! Solar panel time! So we've cut more holes in the van and galvanised sprayed them. That's for the solar panel to go onto there. Here's Ollie doing his finest. That one is the solar panel. Their lights through there, and then also we've got a fan running around here to the fan there. Amazing. From the outside, there's the solar panel. It fit perfectly between the roof racks, which I thought I was going to have to do it lengthways and lose a lot of the roof rack space. But it turned out that it worked perfectly that way round, and it's just like a glove. Amazing. You can't see if I can get up on the ladder to show you. So yeah, can you see that is absolutely, there's only a few mil in the edge there. It's like a glove. Otherwise I would have thought it would have had to have gone this way and then a roof rack, like miniature roof rack. But instead we've got all this space now for a roof rack. And then there's the fan, and yeah, Ollie's helped a lot. It's amazing. So today I am putting in the insulation into the roof. So Ollie did all the wiring up there beautifully. So we're getting somewhere. What do you want? What do you want? Get him, Tim. Where is he? Where's the doggy? Can you hear it? Get him. Get him. Where's it, Teddy? Get him. Okay, so I put the recycled bottle stuff up in the ceiling, and then I covered it with Drip-X. I've just literally got the tape there just to hold it in place around the edges until I put the cladding up. So it's all a bit squishy at the moment. It's like a space age crazy squishy ceiling. But the cladding will be nailed up to the battens going across there, and then that will hold it in place. So I don't know if you can see, but it looks a little bit crazy at the moment. And then you've got like the sections for the lights, the 12-volt lights. So they're going to be like little LED spotlights that are put into the cladding into the roof. So that's really nice. And we just took it back from, we just brought the van back from the mechanics. He's been helping us out with a few bits and pieces with the bodywork. You know those like lumpy bits for the seat belts that I showed you before? Well, I was drilling them out and trying to get them out, but it was just taking so much time and it was so noisy, you know, the sound of metal being ground back. Oh, and I already have tinnitus, so it wasn't very nice. So we took it into the mechanics, and he just did that in no time for us. So he did a great job. I don't know if you can see there, look. So he took and then smoothed it down. I'm sure there's a lot of jagged metal where he'd done that, but he's done a great job and just smoothed that down. So I will then put some white hammerite paint on that. It's not going to be showing outside because I'm going to be putting whatever cladding or whatever on top of that, or it's going to be part of the bench on the sides. But just to keep it from rusting in the future, I'll paint it up. And now is the moment of truth. What I've done today is, because I didn't have the van and it was in with the mechanics, I made some window like light blockers. So I kind of measured it roughly whilst I had the van, and then I put together these little like screen blockers for the windows. So there are a lot of windows in this van, and obviously at night we want to have privacy. So we've got 2, 4, 6 windows in the back of this cab, and there'll be a like a curtain up from the front of the cab. I will make blockers for those windows as well, because eventually I'm going to make a little camp bed for the dog to go in the front. But so what I did is I looked online, and they're really expensive to get these like window blockers. They're just like pads that go into the window, block the light. One side's Reflectix, like silver foil like this roof, and the other side's black, so you can really be stealth mode and turn it which way depending on what you want. So I was like, right, okay, I'll have a look at what it is to just get them already pre-made online, and it was like a couple £100. Obviously that's not going to happen, so I thought I'd make them. I had a load of this Drip-X sort of Reflectix sort of stuff left over anyway, So what I did is I got some real cheap black material. I think it's upholstery. Yeah, it's upholstery fabric. In hindsight, I probably would use something different, but this was cost effective. So I got this black upholstery fabric, kind of measured the windows out, cut some of this Strip-X Reflectix stuff, and then glued one side with the black fabric, then turned the edges around over. And because I don't like sewing, I don't have a sewing machine, and I really don't like sewing, I used some sort of foil tape just to tack it around the edges. It doesn't look very good, but it's practical, and eventually I'm going to have curtains up anyway in here. It's just for the time being. And I'll use them behind the curtains, but you're not going to see them, basically. Then I got some magnets, some like little mini magnets that are really strong, to put in each corner of these things. So in theory, they should just stick up to the edge of the window in the metalwork. I looked at all this stuff online, you know. So, what we've got here, let's see, I'm not sure. Is that one there? Okay, we'll try it. Let's see, for this window here, let's see. Is it strong enough? Nope. So I'm going to have to put more magnets in there. I mean, it is sort of, but not really, if you have it in a perfect place. But look, that's not bad. I mean, I think because I've just got magnets in each corner, I think I should probably put some in the middle as well. This is quite a big window, so this is quite a big sheet. If you can see, it's a pretty large area for little magnets to hold up. But, you know, that's cool. It's not perfect, but it's useful, right? So there's that side. And then, let's just get that right. And then, because they're symmetrical on either side, you can swap it over for the other side, and then that can be the black on the outside stealth mode, and then the Reflectix on the inside. Hey, that one works alright. Oh, not quite in that corner. Well, that's not too bad. I don't know how it's going to hold up. I'm just going to put a load more magnets in there, I think. But, you know, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. For some leftover bits and pieces, 10 quid on the black fabric, and about 5 quid, 10 quid on the magnets. It's alright, it's alright. Right, I'm going to put these up on all of the windows, and then I'll come back and I'll show you how efficient they are. Okay, not so bad. You know, they fit. Let me show you. But then there's areas where it's just kind of wanting to fall off as well. So I'm going to pinpoint those areas where it touches. For example, here in this corner, that just sticks kind of good, but then, yeah, that's not, I don't think that's as secure as I'd like it. But bear in mind the front cab is open right now, and I've got a little ring light on in here. But it's fairly blackout. Well, I mean, that's definitely blackout, right? So when I have a blackout curtain at the back of the driver's seats, this is going to be good. It's going to be private, you know? And once we get curtain rails and curtains over the top of that, I don't really necessarily need blackout curtains then. I can get some nice sort of lovely flowy sort of thin linen curtains, something pretty and breezy. So then in the daytime we've got these curtains that still allow light through, and I just like to have many options for light. I don't know. That's the same with the LED lighting in the ceiling. There's 4 LED spotlights that we've put in, but the switch I got and the lights I got are warm light, but they also dim, so they're dimmable as well. So it's all about lighting. I think it's really important. I mean, to create the atmosphere and everything like that. So I mean, we got a lot of work to go yet in here. Let me just show you kind of like the bare bones is crazy, crazy, crazy. Roof, space age, everything's white and silver. But we've got this lovely flooring that I put down, so you can kind of see that. Then we'll have wood on there and curtains up, and yeah, I got a lovely sort of quilt cover that I'm going to put onto the cut out bed. I'm going to cut out, so I'm getting a mattress, like a memory foam mattress, so we're comfortable in here, but I'm cutting it down so that it can be 2 benches in here and turn into sort of like living room mode and then turn into sleep mode. So, but I'm not just getting a memory foam mattress topper because I have like a severe issue with my spine, so I need to be really careful what I'm doing, and that's why this is taking a bit longer, I think, than it would normally for someone, just because I can only do a small amount of stuff at a time. Thankfully, praise the Lord, I've been getting help from my brother, and you know, James has been really helpful as well, so that's been great. So yeah, back to the memory foam topper. That's not really something you're supposed to sleep on. It's something you're supposed to put on top of a mattress. So if I was to get like a 4-inch or 6-inch even memory foam topper, we would sink right through it. You know, like our hips would touch the wood underneath. So the idea I have is going to be, I think 6 inches needed, which is quite high for such a... I want James to be able to sit up in here still, so I need to put the cladding up and then see him at a sitting position where he is comfortably able to sit upright in here, because we're talking a few centimeters above his head. You know, it's not going to be very roomy, but at least he can sit upright in here. So I think 4 to 6 inches of the mattress, I need to take that into consideration when I'm building up the base of the seating area that turns into the bed. So I'm going to get this memory foam mattress, so that is basically 5 inches of upholstery type foam, which is firm, and then the 1-inch memory foam on top of that, so there's a good like comfort underneath the memory, so it's not all squishy. I don't know about you guys, but I need to have quite a firm mattress for it to be comfortable on my spine. So there's loads of things to consider as well, like making this into like some giant jigsaw puzzle so that the seats all match up together and everything sits right. I'm just kind of winging it. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Things like this, I just put it together and I think, you know what, just go for it and then tweak it as you go along. This has been constant learning and trial and error and learning as I go. But there's been some vital pieces to this build so far that I would never have been able to do, like the electric hookup and the solar panel installation and all the electrical side of stuff. I mean, I have no idea about all of that, but my brother is an electrician, so it's been so helpful, you know. And then certain parts of like the bodywork where I've needed to be cut down, or there was like this bolt in the floor that I needed removing, and we took it to a mechanic to do it, so there's no point struggling to do certain things when there's people out there that can help you, and yeah, so it's been really helpful to have like that time as well with my brother. It's been really nice. Like when we had that solar panel fit snug across the roof rather than the lengthways, and I had all that more space on the roof rack, I was so excited. I was on the roof just like dancing, whoa, like this. And my brother's so happy, and this woman walked past us and she's like, whatever you're on, I want some, you know. Like, it's been so much fun. But in the midst of all this, I've had COVID, I've been ill, I've been so constantly ill since I did the last video on my YouTube channel. Man, I've just been constantly ill. It's been 2 months of it now, so that's why it's slow process, but I'm so excited. I can see it now being, because before it was all windows and I was like, oh, this is so not, I like privacy and this is like not something I can chill out in and be comfortable in, and it doesn't look pretty right now. No, it doesn't, but it's practical. I mean, no one can peek in right now, so I'm chuffed about that. I saved a couple £100 as well with stuff I already had, so yeah. I mean, if I give you a close-up on these things, they're not exactly gorgeous looking things, but you know, look, they do the job. So it's basically just that Reflectix and then tape, you know. It's not great. And then we have little magnets in there, but I think I need to put more in, obviously. And then they just fold up and I store them where I make the shelf. So I realised that this video is coming on to like 25 minutes now, so I might do it in parts. I was going to try and do a whole video of the beginning to the end of the build, but it's not likely. So where we are now is where I just showed you in the van, and I've done the top of the slide out bed. So to be continued.